These are your options. Which Nirvana album is the best Nirvana album? Keep in mind, this is an entirely subjective question, and as is true with all subjective questions, I am the final authority on the matter, which means anything I have to say is objectively correct. Now that we're on the same page, the best Nirvana album is Bleach, because the only Nirvana album is Bleach. Think about it. What's the most important member of any band ever in the history of music? That's right, the drummer. And the drummer of Nirvana is Chad Channing, who left Nirvana after the recording of their magnum opus, which forced scat enthusiast Kurt Cobain to call up his favorite femboy companion, Dave Grohl, to put his band The Food Fight on hold so he could drum for Nintendo instead. This leads to the issue, however. With losing the key member of the band, this is no longer Nirvana, but a distinct supergroup also called Nirvana, which features two members of the original Nirvana. This itself, however, runs into another issue: Nevermind. You might think that Nevermind is easy to deal with, since Nevermind was made after Chad Channing departed from the band, thus splitting it apart, but Chad actually played on Poly. Is Nevermind a Nirvana album? Where does it fit on my spectrum? To answer this, we need to define what needs to be present for a group to actually be considered Nirvana. We have the scat fetishist, the femboy, and the bassist. You might have noticed that we are missing the original heart and soul of the band. How much can you ship of Theseus this bitch before it all unravels? Here's a graph showing the importance of every member of the band. Keep in mind that Chad Channing gets an extra 50% all to himself because, as already established, he's the heartbeat of this big animal beast. The point I'm trying to make here is that Dave Grohl is a fucking disgusting piece of shit hack that used the corpse of this desecrated group's body to promote the eventual debut of his actual passion project, the Foo Fighters. And a reanimated corpse cannot be considered the original animal, only a lone spirit harboring the husk of the former creature, using its skin and bone as a meat hood to give it a vessel through which to interact with the physical plane. Basically, post-Bleach, Nirvana is no longer Nirvana, but the body of Nirvana being danced around with marionettes. Say the other two albums are your favorite all you want. I can't stop you despite how much I really wish I could, but just know that you're fucking incorrect and a moron and should be locked away in the asylum cell next door to mine so we can argue through the padded walls for the rest of our miserable lives.
Donkey Kong!